like a Hellcat.
Alright, what's up everybody? This your boy Ultimate Rose. Another video. If you ever want to work for the post office, it's probably the best time, being that pretty much everybody's laying off going on because of this virus. But you know who's not going to be going off? It's probably the post office. So I say that's probably your best bet working for the post office right now. Get you some merch down below. Just kidding, there's no merch. There you go, Mariana. First thing you got to do is obviously go to the post office website, USPS.com careers, and apply. There's different positions, such as I'm looking at in some notes that I took. Go on there and apply. There's different positions, like I said, RCAs, rural carriers, mechanic, PSCs, mail handlers, truck drivers. I mean, there's all kinds that you can do, and it's so hot. Yeah, you go on there, apply, and then they're going to schedule you to take a postal exam, which is, I think, for postal exam 473, and you have to score at least 70 or above. And the higher the higher the better, cause yeah. So the post office never charges you to take the exam. So if you get contacted by anybody saying that you got to pay a certain amount, it's probably not, more than likely not true, because they never charge you for anything. They'll just schedule you and you have to go down. And post office will never call. Everything's done through pretty much emails, so make sure you have your emails, check your spam files for everything. Guys, I'm back. I had to take my shirt off. It's too hot in here. It's like 90 degrees. So yeah, I'm reading off my notes here that I took. The difference, I wish I'd have known what's the difference between some of the jobs. Like, there's different titles when you're applying. It's RCAs, which stands for Rural Carrier Assistant, CCAs, City Carrier Assistants, and ARCs. And pretty much, thing I'm gonna tell you, don't go for ARCs. Those are pretty much temporarily, holidays, Sundays. It's pretty much like a part-time, but there's no advancing from that. You pretty much stay as an ARC. Yeah, whether it be becoming a regular or becoming a supervisor, you can't do it as an ARC. So I'd say just either do a RCA, Rural Carrier Assistant, or a City Carrier. Pretty much the difference between the two that I know of is CCA, you can convert to a regular a lot faster, so you get the benefits a lot faster than RCA. You get to use, for a CCA, you get to use the postal vehicles. They give you a uniform allowance, which you get to buy. You can buy uniforms to wear, which I think is mandatory for them. And the pay is a little lower, but you get raises every 90 days, 90 days in like a year or something like that. And then by CCAs, but everything with the city, you get paid hourly, I believe. And I heard they got better unions than the RCA. I was an RCA, and it takes years to become regular. So if you plan on if you need benefits, insurance, days off and all that, if you got family, RCA takes very long, probably 5-10 years depending on the size of the office. That's something to consider. You might have to buy a right-hand vehicle for some offices, so find out before you call. Go talk to the postmaster or the supervisors and see how many routes that you need to have. How many routes have to have POVs, personal owned vehicles, I believe. You don't get uniforms. That's one thing. That's one good thing for me. You didn't have to wear a uniform. You could wear whatever clothes you wanted. to work as long as it was somewhat presentable. They got big areas to cover, so a lot of mileage, while the CCAs are pretty much tend to stay in the city. The pay is a little bit higher. I think it just went up to $18.50 an hour over the city, which I'm pretty sure is in the 17s. Except for regulars. Regulars, I believe, once you get your own route, which is what a regular is, they get their route. You pretty much get paid on the route, on whatever the route is evaluated at. So however long the route takes, supposed to take, that's what you get paid on. So they're not really hourly, while RCA is. Yeah, dudes. Yeah. Once you apply, once you decide what you want to do, whether it be one of the three that I mentioned, the most common ones, RCA, CCAs, ARCs. They also got PSCs, which are clerks. They sort the mail and then they divide them into the bins for the I don't know what they call it, the carriers to take out. Yeah, you get like, I believe, 3 weeks of training. The first 2 days are probably like the most boring because you get to talk nothing but safety this, safety that, which is, I mean, it's important, but yeah, it's nothing but going over safety materials. You go in there and talk, and then you get the safety inspector coming in there to talking to you, letting you know, hey, this is what you can't do, this is what you can. If you see anything, they give you a number so you can call and report anything. You get LLV training, long longevity vehicles. LLVs, those are pretty much the post office small trucks that you see delivering mail. That's what it stands for. I don't know what it stands for, I forgot. LLV. You get that training. You got to pass that. You get an instructor. Well, I tell you, you can't make no videos at home, even with this Rona running around. So you get a couple of days of LLV training, which is the postal vehicles. Then you get, I think you got to go to the academy for 2 weeks. Past that, make sure you pay attention to the academy and be on time, because them MFers will call back to your office and let them know if you act like you're not interested or you're not showing initiative, making sure that you're not interested in the job. They'll call back to the office, because that's what happened to me. They called back and said that I wasn't on time, whatever else he tells them. So yeah, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to when you're at the academy, because they will call back and let your postmaster know, and then they'll call you in there. And if you don't have somebody like me to save my job, yeah, good luck with that. I had good supervisors when I was there. They all looked out for the carriers, but yeah, once you get done with the academy, which the academy tends to be like 8 hours, from 8 to 4:30, 2 days, 5 days a week, and you better hope it's close to your home, because sometimes it could be up to a couple hours, like 2-3 hours away. So you hope that it's close by. If you're in a small rural area, a small town, could be pretty far. For me, luckily, it was only 30 minutes away, and me and this other guy carpooled up there. Once you get back, you get like 2 more training with on the job training with a carrier, a route that you're going to be more than likely working every day, and that'll be fun because he'll put all the work on you and show you. So I mean, if you have any questions, that's the time to ask. Make sure you get all your questions in there before you get sent out on your own. But I've heard where that doesn't happen. They just skip that point and just put you on the route. So if a post office is low on carriers, they're just probably going to send you out without that training. So don't expect that, because I'm pretty sure that's supposed to do it, but they don't always do it. After working at the post office, what I would highly recommend is starting off in a small post office. Being a small post office that has maybe like 5 or 6 routes, rather over one that has 30 or 40 routes. The reason I say that is because those offices are going to require you to work almost every day, Monday through Friday, Monday through Sunday, and then again on Monday. I mean, there's no days off, so you better be ready to work every day if you're picking a large office, which is what I had. I was doing like 14, 21 days straight, which you think is good, but it's not. Once you work in 20 days, you're like, just give me a day off. So I highly recommend, if you have the option, start out in a small office, because you can always volunteer to work at another office nearby. So if you have a big office nearby and they need help, you can go in any day that you want, that you're off from your primary post office. So that's just something I would recommend. After doing this, that's just for your FYI, just so you know. If I had to do it again, I would start off at a smaller post office. It might take a little longer to make regular, but at least you'll probably just work your one route that you have at your primary office, then be off. And if you still want more hours, you can always go to a bigger post office. You can always go to another office and work over there, because they'll always take all the help they can get. And if you're able to come in there and help them, they're gonna accept you, whether it be running a route or putting mail out. So yeah, and deliver the packages to the door. Amazon packages, all the packages to the door, not in the mailbox. Don't try to stuff them in them small mailboxes. Take them to the door. You need to get a signature. Get a signature, because you'll get a lot of complaints if you don't. If you try to leave them at the mailbox, I've seen so many people. I have stories to tell. People leaving the packages on the streets, throwing them from the streets. No, I never did it, but throwing them from the LOVs. If you're scared of dogs, this is probably not a job for you, because you're going to encounter a dog every day, and they're probably going to chase you. I had a couple of dogs chase me, and most of them were the small ones. I'll probably put a picture in here so you can see the kind of dogs that were always chasing you. Yeah, you're scared of cats, you're gonna see those. Chickens, you're gonna have chickens chasing you around. Ducks, I mean everything. Everything was chasing you. And this is, I mean, I never even did the city, which is, I mean, all you do is just walk around. RCAs are pretty much in the vehicle the whole time, driving about 1,000 miles is what it seems like, get to one place to another. But even then, when you had to get off and deliver the packages, you was always scared of getting chased down by chickens. Yeah, just if you have any days scheduled or any vacations that you want to do, you should just forget about that. Just tear that up, because you're not going to have any vacation. You can't call in within your 90 days, so just think about that. Just some food for thought. I'm pretty sure I forgot a lot of stuff. Alright guys, if you have any other questions, just put them in the link below. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thanks. I'll see you on the next one. Like a Hellcat.